Abdelaziz Khdhaouria asked me to tackle the question around that no one framework fits everything. There is no the framework for enterprise architecture. What we really have is a kind of challenge around same and different. My own experience is in places like telecommunications, logistics and engineering. And all of the frameworks that we have to be adapted to fit. For example, in Australia Post, we had to almost roll our own because there was no framework available that actually matched what we needed. What we need then is some way of building compatibility or some way of describing what we do, which is where reference frameworks comes in. A reference framework is a local adaptation of some kind of standard that provides a local standard but is still compatible with the larger space. The challenge then is how to adapt it. We have to have some kind of way of retaining compatibility. We don't just invent from scratch. So we use an existing framework and then use our understanding of how the local space works to amend and adapt while still noting very carefully what is the same and what is different, because the sameness allows us to learn from others. This is where metamodels come in, the whole what we call a matter of meta, which is where metamodels, metaframeworks, metamethodologies. The term meta is actually an indication that it's gone recursive. A metamodel is still just a kind of model, but it's a model whose job it is to show us how to build models. A metaframework is a kind of framework that helps us build other frameworks. Because as we adapt things, we need to work out what we're going to change and what remains the same. A meta-framework provides us with the guidance to do that. So we also have a meta-meta model, which is a model for creating meta-models that will help us create models. So meta is this kind of recursion, and a lot of the discipline is about using the patterns that a meta-model shows us, or a meta-framework of some kind will show us, and then keeping the adaptation, keeping the original frame consistent with the base, and then showing how we've added our other stuff onto it. So no one framework fits all. That's entirely correct. But by using meta-frameworks and meta-models, meta-methodologies, we can build ones that are compatible with others while still retaining our own uniqueness, our own unique flavour in the space.